That always shifts way sooner than you expect it to. Hello, hi there. Welcome to the shed. If you're new here, thanks for taking a chance, hitting click. This is my shed. I call it the shop. It's a 10 by 16 shed that, and I used to, and everyone who is a regular viewer of this channel will remember, shoot a video every week called Tinker Tuesday. Today's going to be very reminiscent of those style videos. Featuring the Tracklacross bike and this SRAM Automatics single speed 2-speed internal gear hub wheel. Actually with a special guest appearance of these silver Bullmoose bars. Are you excited? I hope you're excited. This should be one of the smoother Tinker Tuesday projects. It should just go off without a hitch. There shouldn't be any hidden problems. All right, wheel, chain on. Can't help but wonder, can you feel the shift? Oh yeah, you definitely can. It feels like it skips, but it's shifting. It happens really early. Very excited to see what the ratios are like on the road. This is like a really easy gear. It's like, I think 34/19 with whatever happens inside the hub. I'll see what it's like on the road. But Bullmoose bars next. These are actually wider than the Easton bars that I have. Cool. There we go. I think putting the brake hose through the Bullmoose stem, I think that's the coolest way to go. So I'm gonna do that. Full of ideas here at Spindatt. Full of them. Boom! Pretty noisy. So, nothing more to do now than just like, go try it, see what it's like. Oh. That shifts way sooner than you expect it to. Which is like maybe not a bad thing, because I think that the unshifted, like the first gear, is supposed to be like a 1-to-1 ratio, and then it jumps to like a 1.33 or something like that. It's just, that's maybe not the way that I would like ride it if I was shifting it myself. I'd probably hold that 1-to-1 ratio for an extra like 3 seconds. But once you're up to speed and cruising on like flat ground like this, the second gear is great. Cruise is fantastic. Oh, I want to go in there, but I can't stop. Oh no, that's not where I want to go. So in typical Spindatt testing fashion, I've brought the Tracklacross bike with its newfound automatic shifting 2-speed glory to one of two pits that I like to go in dirt. Normally I just go to the other one that has like the rocky climb, and I think that might have been a fun test on this thing just to see how it shifts, but you can only bounce around on those big rocks so much until you're like, I just don't want to bounce around on rocks anymore. So this one, way more full of sand, and just see how the hub shifts as it's like bouncing over stuff, and how it deals with those like low cadence efforts going through sand, you know, just like cyclocross. Yeah, fun little experiment to take a 2-speed automatic shifting hub that was designed for city riding and bring it just out somewhere where it was absolutely not intended for whatsoever. See, that's the best part about bikes without derailleurs. You can just drop them and nothing matters. See what kind of uninteresting single-speed, 2-speed gear riding footage we can get. Oh, it shifts. It shifts too early. It shifts way too early. Okay, so picture being in a cross race, one with a sand feature. You get to the sand, like you ride as hard as you can to the sand. You're in the gear that you know you want to be in. You get into the sand, momentum goes away, and you're like, okay, time to put the power down. And then imagine your shifter just goes into a smaller cog. Just like says, yeah, let's ride in a harder gear too. And I can't tell if the bouncing is making it shift early too, like shift in a way that it doesn't want to, or if it's just like I am riding at like the speed that it wants going on here, and it's just like the timing is off. I don't know, but it's kind of not enjoyable. I want to see if I can change the shift point if it's like quick and easy, and maybe I'll do it today. I'm gonna try it. Even though I might lose something, I'm gonna try it. I want to like this. I feel like the potential to like this is very real, but the current operation of it right now feels more like a liability than it does anything else. It's just annoying. So I'm gonna fix the shift point. I'm gonna try to fix the shift point. Bearings, check that out. Okay. So I guess I want to get at that spring. Okay, spring is bent. Spring is holding these weights in a little harder. Basically, they move like this, and when they open up, it shifts to the harder gear. So when you add more tension to the spring, it makes it harder for these weights to open up. It should stay in the easier gear from now on. I'm feeling good about this. The people who say they've done this to their SRAM automatic hubs are like, it's a world of difference. It's so much better. So I'm going to trust them, and I'm like a little bit concerned about running out of daylight. Oh my, it is not possible for me to convey just how much better bending a spring in this hub makes it. It's so much better. So right now, just at this like very leisure cruise pace, still in first gear. This is kind of the cadence you want when you're going this speed. But riding like that, you're like at the brink of it shifting, like it's right there. So if you started really pedaling, you probably get like 1 or 2 pedal strokes in, and then boom, shift. And then it's right where you want it. Like your cadence is not changing that much. I like that. The real benefit here though is like longer, kind of not super steep climbs that you can start to build some sort of speed up. On this thing, the way it was before, you'd start to get a little bit of that momentum, and then it's like, harder gear? Ready for a harder gear? And you're like, no, I don't want to be in a harder gear yet. What are you doing? I'm gonna go up this crappy rocky climb and see if it shifts. That's kind of my biggest interest right now. Still in the right gear. Oh, it shifted. It still shifted. Ah! You know, after having this apart, seeing it apart, and seeing like what the spring is that keeps the weights from moving before it'll shift, like it's all pretty light so that centrifugal force can actually open the weights, get them to shift the gear, put it into the harder gear. And I think I was probably on to something when I was in the pit, like hitting bumps will make those weights open. And then once it catches, like once the freewheel or whatever's in there actually catches the second gear, it just locks right in there. So even though I wasn't getting any real speed coming up this on the second, third, fourth attempt, I was hitting bumps and it would just like shift into the second gear, which is really annoying. So like while on the way here, everything was smooth. I was on the road or I was on like that gravel path. It worked really good because there was not a bunch of external forces constantly trying to swap the gear on me. But the minute that you take it onto the stuff that I like to ride, stuff like this, it becomes unpredictable and pretty much unusable. So like right here on this flat path, oh, it's so good. Like I'm convinced that it's the best thing ever. Oh, it's the minute you get on those bumps. I don't know that I'm willing to give up on the hub completely, but it definitely can't stay on this bike. Now there is one standout star of this whole Tinker Tuesday posted on a Thursday that does require some acknowledgement, and that is the silver Bullmoose bars. On the track lacrosse bike, they're staying for at least a little while yet, and by golly, I gotta eat something. I'm gonna pass out.